Yes, you are. This is the Rundown. Welcome to Week 6. The weather may be cooling down, but Bethany, high school football season is heating up.
I got my boots on, Ron. We start with the #1 team in Class 6A, the Rio Rancho Rams, taking on the Volcano Vista Hawks. Sky 7 flying above there. I love that shot. But let's go down to the field now. And the #1 team, they are looking like it. Rio Rancho with the ball. Dominic Pretty with the quarterback keeper. That's a touchdown. 7-0 Rio Rancho. Then Pretty, this time he finds Zach Vigil, who does the rest of the work for him, breaking tackles all the way to the end zone. Rams on the board as they keep extending. Volcano Vista, look at the ball here. Elliot Pasquet-Bell scrambling out of pocket, looking for someone. He finds Carlos Archuleta. Wrong team. Rio Rancho with the pick, and he'll take it all the way for 6. That's a big play right there. The Rams, they're going to stay #1. They take down the Hawks. The final, 57-7 in Rio Rancho. Let's go there. West Mesa facing the second-ranked team in 6A, the Cleveland Storm. We're going to pick this game up at the very beginning. This is the opening kickoff. Storm receiving Brandon West downfield. He makes one Mustang miss. He'll juke out another. He makes his way through traffic. Can he go all the way? His teammates in the back are saying so. Yeah, he can. West with the opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Storm on the board first, 7-0. West getting some love from his teammates on the sideline. And it's senior night of all nights. Cleveland, they get the ball back. Evan Wysong out of the pocket, looking to throw, hits the air. He finds Zach Baranek in the back of the end zone. 13-0 Cleveland. Storm dominate the Mustangs in this one. 54-0 the final. It's going to be a battle of 1 and 2 next week when Rio Rancho and Cleveland face off.
Sky 7 flying over Wilson Stadium. There we go as the La Cueva Bears take on the Manzano Monarchs. Let's get down to it. Field level. La Cueva gives the give to Aiden Mitchell. He'll power his way in for the early 7-0 lead. They keep bringing the offense too. This is just the beginning. They hit the pass in the flat to wide open Ian Sanchez. He gathers, he turns, he runs, he scores. La Cueva rolls past Manzano 47-6 to improve to 8-1. Sky 7 just all over the place, arriving over Milne Stadium and catching a big play. Winless Rio Grande punting the Valley. Ricky Henderson feels it on a bounce at the 10, and you'll see the running lane open up to the right side, and you know what he's feeling. At about the 30, he already looks like it's clear sailing. He outruns the coverage team for a 90-yard touchdown. And the Vikings outpace the Ravens for a 42-7 victory.
Ron, I bet Valley hopes that Sky 7's over all of their games from now on. Well, the #2 ranked team in Class 5A, the Los Lunas Tigers, taking on the Knights of Del Norte. This one, spoiler alert, was all Tigers. It's already 57-0 when our crew arrives in the second. Ethan Baca with the jet sweep for a nice run down near the 30. He'll get that. Then it's Cash Aragon with the pitch to get into the red zone. But Los Lunas was unable to capitalize on this drive, probably their first of the night. The handoff is fumbled, and Highland would recover. Turnovers are the story of this game. The Knights threw 5 interceptions in the 57-0 loss. After the game, our Angel Salcido caught up with the Tigers head coach.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Los Lunas coach Greg Hennington. Coach, tell us what went right today. A big win for you guys today.
Yeah, I mean, everything kind of went right tonight. Hats off to Del Norte. I know they're a young team, got a lot of young players, have a lot of courage to come out here and play. Defense did awesome. I mean, a lot of pick sixes and just turnovers, and then when we had the ball, we were able to punch it in.
So you're undefeated going into the last week of the regular season. What do you guys need to keep doing to take that momentum into the postseason?
We just got to keep focused and keep it rolling. I mean, we're excited. We're super excited about next week and the upcoming weeks. You know, the season will be going upwards the rest of this whole time. So we're pumped about that. We're pumped for the Berlin game and ready to roll.
Coach, thank you so much for your time. Ron, Bethany, back to you.
Now let's go to Berlin, where the 5-2 Eagles are looking to avoid an upset at the hands of the Highland Hornets. Eagles taking the field, big night, senior night, always a special time. And they get out to a special start. Darian Rodriguez taking the pitch. He'll win the battle at the goal line. Berlin up 13-0. And on the ensuing kickoff, Highlands' Andres Delgado gets it on the bounce and has plenty of bounce in his step. Right up the middle, barely touched. Maybe they get, one hand on him? He sprints all the way, 80 big ones. Berlin goes on to win this one 56-14, setting up that big matchup next Saturday with undefeated Los Lunas. Well, it's the coach and quarterback relationship that goes all the way back to birth. How the duo is hoping to make some noise in the playoffs. And NM United looking to keep their positioning in the playoffs, but they'll have to do it without some key players coming up. They say the heart of an offense lies in the relationship between coach and quarterback.
Well, Angel Salcido spent the day with the Cibola Cougars. He takes us inside their journey for a state championship.
Hey, yeah, spread out, Braden, spread out.
Meet Aiden Chavez.
Ready.
He's the junior quarterback for Cibola High School,
Set.
and this is his 3rd year starting for the Cougars.
I got a little teary-eyed once I got like the varsity stickers and like the whole jersey, just because I knew that I finally I worked to it and I did what I hoped to be when I was like a middle school and elementary kid.
He's 6'5", but the shoes he's got to fill are pretty big, even for him.
My older brother was starting quarterback for 2 years, and it kind of gave me aspiration that I wanted to be that one day.
Hey, but there's not a backside read on this, though.
His head coach, Rod Williams, has known Aiden since he was a baby, and he's been behind him every step of the way.
And I actually coached with his dad. His dad has coached for a long time, and I just happened to go over one day, and he's like, hey, you got to come in here and take a look at my youngest one. You got to come in and take a look at him. And so I went in, and he's just this big, giant baby in the crib.
Williams has coached the Cougars for 9 years. He says he remembers watching little Aiden on the field.
I had a feeling he was going to play quarterback for Cibola.
Now he's a top-ranked quarterback in the state, but you wouldn't know it from his modesty.
I just like to kind of inspire people to keep doing what they're doing.
Coach Williams, on the other hand, isn't afraid to recognize the player and person that Aiden has become.
The biggest thing about him is he's always been an example in the classroom. He's always been an example on the field.
It's a relationship that will continue after football.
I just want to be the kid that worked hard and did everything that he needed to do to be successful.
I feel like after this, he can always come to me for anything, and I could go to him for something if I needed something. I'm kind of like a second dad for him, and that's kind of been a neat relationship for us.
Angel Salcido, KOAT, Action 7 News.
Angel, thank you. We enjoyed watching Aiden last night. He connected for 269 passing yards and 4 touchdowns in Cibola's 48-33 victory over Trisco Heritage.
Impressive, Ron. Well, 2 teams looking for a playoff spot facing off tonight, the Jaguars and Spartans. This one would be a defensive battle, too. It would be 0-0 into the third. Bernalillo's David Mays McChristen under center. He's tracked down by Valencia's Patrick Miller for the sack. Possessions would go back and forth in this one. Spartans with the ball back. This time, McChristen escapes, throws a catch. Mason Espinda. What a grab there. It would not, though, be enough. Jags score with 2 minutes to go in regulation. Defense, hey, it wins games. Valencia wins it 6-0. A battle of 5-win teams facing off in Artesia between Goddard and the Bulldogs. Artesia up 7-0, but the Rockets answer. Noah Reese in the backfield getting the handoff. He'll weave his way through the Bulldog defense for the touchdown. Goddard is on the board with the equalizer, 7-7 at the end of the first. Artesia, though, they pull away late, leading 28-13. It's Jake Barrera who's got wide open room downfield. Bulldogs go on to win this one, 35-21, the final. But check this out. Before the game, Goddard football team came across an accident with a car rollover and a person stuck inside that car. The team helped flip the car back over so the guy could get safely out of the car.
That's a full evening at Field of Dreams in Las Cruces. Hobbs taking on 1-loss Centennial. The Hawks 4th in Class 6A. Let's get rolling. Centennial, we're going to work quickly in the first quarter. Ian Lopez to Bryson Medeiros near the goal line, and that's a Hawks touchdown. 7-0 in the second quarter. Looking to tack on more. And Micah Gutierrez takes it 39 yards for the money. And Centennial wins it 35-18 over Hobbs. To Thursday night football, 1-loss Santa Teresa paid Mayfield a visit at Field of Dreams. Trojans unstoppable on the run. Jose Montoya slips a tackler, dives to the pylon. That's a nice dive. They say he's just shy of the goal line. The Trojans do score on the next play, and Mayfield cruises 41-7 to hand Santa Teresa just its second loss of this season. Moving now to college football, the Lobos on the road at Wyoming this weekend, but who will be under center with Terry Wilson missing last week with that elbow injury? And they've lost their last 5 games and were blown out Saturday with true freshman C.J. Montez making his first collegiate start. Now this is what Coach Danny Gonzalez said during his Tuesday press conference about who'll be taking the snaps.
We'll let C.J. and Isaiah battle this week for the reps if Terry can't play. Now ideally we'd like Terry to play and Terry's our starting quarterback. But if Terry's unable to go and the elbow is it's better than it was last week, if we were playing today, he wouldn't play. So those 2 guys will compete.
Isaiah Chavez did quarterback the 2 wins that closed out last season. Lobos kick off in Laramie Saturday at 1:30.
Well, as New Mexico United heads into a potential playoff clinching match tomorrow night, they've lost 2 key players for the season. Amanda Moreno and Devin Sandoval, both tied for second on the team in goals with 5. Now, Moreno tore his ACL in the match against San Diego last weekend. It's an injury that should sideline him for months. And Sandoval has a blood clot in an artery in his heart. A second clot was removed in a video posted on social media. The Albuquerque native said he felt tightness in his chest when working out that lingered, prompting him to seek medical attention.
Dev's DNA is to put his head down, fight through everything, work harder than everyone else. But for him to be an advocate of his own health, that's his thought process, to put his family before himself. Couldn't be prouder of him.
Well, we, of course, wish both players the best in recovery. There's a lot at stake tomorrow night because a win at Rio Grande Valley FC would clinch a playoff spot for United. Kickoff is at 6:30.
More of the rundown on the way. We'll turn the page and look at what's happening tomorrow.
To go in our first quarter. The EMT for attendance tonight at this evening's game. The volunteer time they put in.
Sports action all over. The Albuquerque Bulldogs taking on Santa Fe at 4 p.m. We'll have the highlights tomorrow at 10, and at 6, St. Pius taking on the Grants Pirates.
Moving to the college ranks, New Mexico State is in Hawaii. Plan on a late night if you want to follow this one. Kickoff is set for 10 p.m. And UNM Lady Lobos volleyball team looking to get back on track. They've lost 3 in a row and will take on Nevada in Reno in a 2 p.m. start. And I'm thinking, Bethany, next week, maybe we ain't seen nothing yet because so much will be riding on that week of college.
We're newbies, too. We have not seen this Cleveland-Rio Rancho rivalry in action. But, of course, we'll be there. Number 1, number 2 in Class 6A. I can't wait.
Can't wait. For Bethany Miller, I'm Ron Burke. Thanks for joining us for another weekend of The Rundown. Have a great one. We'll see you next time.